Brothers, what's going on? The title of this video will be shaking my head to women, at women. I say to myself, like, nowadays, men are starting to conform to women's ways. It's like, I was talking to my little cousin, and he was saying that, and you even get PUAs and dating coaches trying to, that they're in a sense coercing men to, in a sense, conform to a woman's way. And I'm starting to see that a lot. My little cousin was saying that, hey man, when you text a chick, don't send her a long paragraph and this and that. And I was just thinking, he was voicing it to one of his other friends. And I was just thinking, like, well, as a man, you're the leader. You should be able to send whatever you want to send to a female. If you want to send a long paragraph, you can send whatever you want to send to a chick. And he was saying that, well, I mean, if you do something like that, it's a possibility the woman, she'll absquitulate, she'll run. Well, that's her business. If you the man and your self-esteem is hovering right around normal, then it won't matter if she leaves or not. If that woman really likes you, it really won't matter. I was seeing, like, I'm starting to see that a lot of these women, oh man, and this is why I say, like, some men, like, there are men out there who are wising up. I mean, well, we all wise men, but you got some men that are making other moves, that are traversing overseas, and they're saying, like, nah, just this American woman, she's trash. So guys are relocating overseas trying to find a decent woman. You know, like when you get some drugs or whatever, then you bring them over here to the States and they cut them. It's almost like you can compare, you can juxtapose a woman like that to you could juxtapose an American woman, a feminist American woman, to drugs that's being brought overseas, that's being smuggled overseas to the United States, because it's being cut with baking soda and different substances. It's watering it down. And this is how the American woman is. She's watered down. She's cut with feminism. You see? It's almost like she isn't real. She's fleeting. You go overseas, you're gonna get the real deal. And yeah, you get a lot of those countries over there that's in destitute states and they're poor and this and that. But it's like men and women, like, we're different. We're exponentially different. But in America, they try to like put us in the same boat, like we're the same, but we're not. And a lot of women out here, they act just like that. They act like, well, I can do everything a man can do. You know, I want to be equal in a relationship. But when we go on a date, who gonna pay for that dinner, or who gonna pay for the movie? I am. The man is. When there's a culprit at the door, or a vigilante at the door, somebody knocking at the door at 3 a.m., that woman, she's gonna look to the man to go downstairs to check on that door, to see who's actually there, to protect her. You see? So it's like, but that woman, she should fully submit to that man in a relationship. She should fully submit. Whether she make more money than him or not, that doesn't matter. But yeah, so it's like I'm shaking my head to that. Just I'm shaking my head when I think about stuff like that. Like, and a lot of women, well, most women in America are solipsistic. They think that they God. They think that they are the Most High. A man should worship the the the, the floor that they walk on. And you got a lot of simps out here that do stuff like this, and they make it worser. They make it worser for just for other women and for other men out here. Because another young girl will see an older chick behaving erroneously, totally in the wrong way, and that young girl will say, okay, she doing it, well, I can do it too. You see? And that's a major problem, because it's almost like the trickle down effect. She's learning what she's seen from the older chick, and in a sense, well, it makes society worse. You go to high school and you see some girls, they're juniors and seniors, and they pregnant walking around in high school. The other younger girls, they watching those girls, freshmen, sophomores coming to high school, they watching those young girls, and they're saying, well, oh, well, if she did it, it's not a big deal. I guess I can do it too. And obviously, if a woman gets pregnant young, or if she becomes a single mother, period, divorce her husband, she's totally rebellious. Her SMV goes down. She doesn't have a chance at finding just a good guy or a halfway decent guy. Because most men gonna look at her like, she just damaged goods. She got baggage. She got kids. See? That's a problem right there. And, I shake my head at stuff like that, man. You got fat women out here. It's just, oh, man. Man, fat women all the way. And in America, they want us to accept this. They want us to accept it. Like, I talk to a lot of guys. Like, I'll just throw sly comments out there. And I talk to a lot of guys. I'll say, well, something like, oh, man, just being with a fat chick, marrying a fat chick, or having a baby by a fat chick, that's just a no-go. And you got some guys out there who will support it because they're brainwashed. They're conditioned to think like this. They'll say slick stuff like, well, fat women, they need somebody to be with, or they gotta have a husband or a boyfriend as well, or they need this and that as well. But all right, that's fine. You can copulate with a female like that, but you don't marry or have a baby by a fat chick. That's just a no-go. So when I hear guys trying to defend fat women because their self-esteem is low, or they don't have no options, or they're afraid to be alone, so they'll go and be in a relationship with a fat chick, I just shake my head. And it makes it bad for other black men out here. You shouldn't marry or be in a relationship or impregnate a fat chick. That's just something that you shouldn't do. And this is how we discipline women. Because when they go around seeing that, oh, men are not marrying us, they only calling us over at 8, 9 p.m., then these women, they'll start to get their act together. You see? It's like living in America, we live in a gynocracy as to where it's like it's slanted. Like women, obviously they get preferential treatment. I was talking to some other woman about this, how women get pregnant, get preferential treatment, and she was just really contentious. We were totally disagreeing. I don't listen to women anyway. I just threw it out there, and she kind of ran with it and this and that. But I just let her know, it's like women out there, let's take NFL football. Men get testicular cancer, but you get these 200-pound, 300-pound, 350-pound men out here, they're wearing pink, supporting breast cancer. Men playing a tough sport, football, and they're getting emasculated supporting breast cancer. What happened to the supporting testicular men's cancer? It's because us as men, we're getting cucked and we're getting emasculated. When I see guys like that on the field wearing pink, I just shake my head to it, man. I shake my head. It's like we've been programmed to cater to women. A guy will change the way that he dressed. You got this new trend, guys running around wearing skinny jeans. I was on the phone with this one chick, and I was calling her hun, and she didn't like it. And that's just that's just, in a sense, that's a nice word. That's not. I know she probably get called hun by other guys, but that's not even a mean word. Like, that's a nice word. And you got women out there getting all upset, ready to stop talking to guys because I slipped and called her hun like 3 or 4 times. And she got all bent out of shape. She got all upset. And I said to myself, it's like, yeah, this woman, she's trying to control a narrative. She's trying to get me to conform to her way. So I had to stop talking to her. I had to let her go. And I see that a lot. I see it in me. I see it in some of my younger cousins. Guys are conforming to the woman's way. It's the day of the woman nowadays. It's the day of the heroine woman. She is what it's all about. You see transsexuals or whatever. It's a lot of men who are trying to transform to be women, but you don't see women out there trying to get a sex change to be men. You rarely see that. These men, because even these men know that women, they have the upper hand in America. They have the upper hand. Even women know this. It's crazy. So I mean, stuff like that, I just look at it and I just shake my head. And I just keep it moving. It's like nowadays, we live in a die nowadays. As men who know better, we live in a die. We just waiting to die. Men who know better. Because you can't get no true, authentic respect from women out here, especially American women. We really can't say love, because women, they can't love you like that. No, they can't. They don't have the mental capacity to have that all-encompassing love like a man can. She can't do that. She can respect you, and that's what you would want. You would want a woman's respect. But she can't unconditionally love you like that. She can't, like a man can. A man can watch a woman lose their job, lose everything, and both of them are out there on the curb in a cardboard box out there, and a woman will still be with that particular woman. But let that happen to a man. Let that happen to me or you. Me and you, we lose our job. It's a possibility that woman, she will leave you. She gonna leave you. That you once were a millionaire, then all of a sudden you making $1 million a year, then all of a sudden you lose that job and you go down to making $100,000 a year. Oh, that particular woman, she can't live that lavish lifestyle that she used to live. She's gonna leave you. So for a woman, it's unconditional. Her liking you, that's just conditional. I mean, not unconditional. It's just conditional. So us as men who know better, it's better. It's just, we live in a die now. We waiting to die. Because you really can't get real love out here, not from no woman. Nah. Oh. And I say to myself, I look at like the court system, and I think it was one guy and how like as we look at how the laws are totally just lopsided. They totally lopsided and slanted towards women. I look at it was a one case down in Texas, or it was California, one of them, probably both of those states, where this guy was a stepdad, and well, he wasn't a stepdad. He thought that he actually impregnated this one female. Then when they had the baby, and they had the DNA test or whatever, he found out he wasn't the dad, so he tried to up and leave. But no, not in America, not in Babylon. The system is totally backwards. The judge ordered him to pay child support. You see how unfair that is for the man? That's totally inequitable. It's not fair at all. That's totally not fair. I was apoplectic when I heard about that case. I was highly upset. You got men out here paying child support, and the children is not even theirs. And they even got a DNA test just because you was with that woman for years and years, and you decide to leave, and she was the one who was out there doing wrong. She was the one that was out there cheating, but you still are being forced to pay. It's almost like us as men, we're living in captivity. We're living in captivity in America. It's a sad deal. When I look at situations like that, I just shake my head. I think about some men over there in Japan. They call them herbivore men. These men are just giving up on women. They're playing their games, and they're just going to work, watching porn or whatever, and they're just giving up on women. They got these women overseas in Japan. Their fathers and their moms are telling them, hey, you find a man, get with a rich man, get with a man who has a lot of money. And more than 60 to 70% of those men overseas in Japan, they're not rich men. They're just regular guys working regular jobs, but decent men though. But these women are so full of themselves, and they try to date up. So it's like you got a lot of women that are over in Japan. They're single as well, and men are opting out because they like, what's the use? Because you can't get a decent woman over there because she's going to look down upon you because you don't make X amount of dollars. And this is what they're promoting over there in Japan. So men are becoming herbivore men. They're just opting out when it comes down to women. They're going to work, coming home, watching porn, playing games, and that's it. They're just leaving the women alone. That's a sad deal, man. That's a sad state of affairs. These women are just narcissistic, solipsistic women. That's insane. That you think so highly of yourself that you can't be with a regular guy. Just a decent regular guy. That's crazy. And you go around being single, no family. It's crazy, man. Women are spoils of war. This is what they are. A woman really doesn't think about politics and stuff like that. A woman don't run wars and build things and fight wars and this and that. No, that's not a woman's role. A woman is a spoil. Women are spoils of war. That's almost like another video right there. When men go to war and kill other men and they actually win the war, they don't go and kill the women. They get the kids, they take the kids, they take the food, they take the women as spoils of war, as rewards for winning the actual war. And this is why you as a man, you shouldn't listen to a woman. Don't ever take what a woman says seriously. Don't listen to a woman. Any information that she has, you can go and get it from another man. Anything. That's why I don't listen to women. I don't respect women like that. I don't respect them at all. Any information that you want, you can go get it from another man. You shouldn't be sitting around conversating with women, talking to women about deep stuff like that. Not at all. Not at all. Not at all, man. Because if there's anything that's that paramount, anything that you want to learn and you want to expand your mind about, you can get it. You get that from men. And if this woman is wise or sagacious or very smart, you better know she's got it from another man. You better know that. That's something that you better know. I think about, like, you got sexual allegations. You take a woman, and if a man, he commits a crime and he involves himself in complicit activity. Let's say he commits a murder and a woman commits a murder. Who do you think is going to get penalized the least? You got it. Obviously, it's the woman. You see? If a woman commits a crime versus a man committing the same crime, that woman is going to get, like, they're going to be lenient when it comes down to the woman. Yeah, we live in Babylon. It's just totally unfair. Totally. They talk about egalitarianism. Nah. These laws are slanted in women's favor. This is why, as men, the motto is not to marry no female, not to get no female pregnant. Make sure you strap up, pull out method or whatever. I mean, man, I'd rather just strap up. That's the way to go. And you got nowadays, it's like, man, these women, you say anything to them, like you really can't talk to women like that. You really can't. Oh man, it's like, it's just so many different allegations out here nowadays. If you look at a woman the wrong way, or you say something to her that she feel that's inappropriate, it's sexual harassment. It's just, oh man, I just shake my head to stuff like that. Just mad. So I mean, hey, you know, out here you gotta play your cards right when you fooling around with women. It's almost like if you gonna copulate with a woman, you're gonna have to start recording it. You know. Crazy. Nah, I don't think it's that extreme, but I mean, hey, it's a possibility we might be getting there. But as a man, you have to take precaution out here. This is how it has to be. You gotta do it like that. It's a sad state of affairs, but hey. That's how it has to be. Oh yeah, and before I get out of here, I was my man Last Crucible, he dropped a dope video the other day. Just a nice video. He was talking about likes on the post, guys liking the video. And I totally agree with him. I concur. I totally concur. I was listening to some other YouTuber, and well, it's just a lot of guys out here that cry over likes. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Press the like button. You know, donate. I'm talking about these guys literally crying, tears, whining on YouTube. Hit the like button. Subscribe. Just nah. As I think deeply about it, as I ruminate, I don't really want that. I want a person to genuinely like my content. So I agree with him. Nah, you don't have to press the like button. You don't have to subscribe. If you genuinely like it, then you can. But that's optional for you. It's not a big deal. I heard this one guy, he was crying, this one black guy, he was whining, man, you dudes need to start hitting the like button. Or like he was threatening his viewers to go to on Patreon if guys don't like his videos, if guys don't uh, like super chat him and all this stuff. I was like, these dudes are insane. See, here's my intent. I'm here to strengthen black men mentally, because one less simp can heal the world and set it up for the next generation. One less simp. I don't want no money from you. I'm like, Black Ram, I got a job. I want to help you out mentally, and I want other brothers to help me out as well, so we can set the record straight with these women. We can set them all the way straight. This is what we need to do. So many men out here simping, putting women on pedestals, going to strip clubs, going to clubs. Imagine if dudes stopped going to clubs. Imagine if dudes stopped going to strip clubs. Drake and Future, all these guys. 50 Cent, Kawhi Leonard. I seen the basketball player Kawhi Leonard at the strip club simping, throwing his dollars, B. Throwing his dollars with an Adidas shirt on. That's a bad look. That's a really bad look. This guy was at the strip club with an Adidas shirt on, and they sponsor him, bruh. They sponsor him. His sneakers are Adidas. He had an Adidas sweater on at the strip club throwing his money. That's a really bad look. Just like Forrest Black Man said, money don't equal game. Because there's no way I'm about to be in a strip club. You're a millionaire like that, you could just walk down the street and pull a chick. She'll have sex with you for free. She might not be the best looking chick, but you can get some badge. I'm not going to no strip club. Imagine if guys stopped going to strip club. That will change a woman's perception on life, period. She'd have to get her act together. She'd have to get it together. You see, it's us as simp guys. We're promoting stuff like this. We're promoting this type of behavior. We're telling women with our actions, with giving them money, underwriting these women, we're telling them that this is palatable. This is okay. And that's a problem. This is why these women are acting out like this. It's because, mainly it's because of this system, this Babylonian system. And then it's us black men simping out here like this. This is why these women act like this. I seen a video. I was just on Facebook and I seen some video of this guy. He had dressed this mannequin, this black mannequin, up in his house, and he waited till his black girlfriend came in, and he started talking to it, like trying to kiss it, but it was a mannequin. It was fake. It was a fake mannequin. The black chick, she came in and punched the mannequin in the face and started yelling and this and that. I think she kicked the mannequin as well. And then after everything was over, she was still defiant. Still defiant. And the black man was just laughing at her. Laughing like it was a joke and this and that. He was just laughing like it was all good. And see, us as men, we accept behavior like that. Right there on the spot, he should have left her. Well, but then again, I'm not gonna play no game like that. Like, I'm not doing that though. Like, I'm not. But just seeing this woman's erratic behavior, I was just like, man, like. And us as men, we accept this type of behavior. I would have left her so fast. Bro, I would have packed my bags up and I would have left so fast. But this dude, he was talking to her in the mirror. She was fixing her weave back. And, he was laughing. And and just... and I think that she almost hit him. I think she pushed him or whatever. He almost fell and all this other stuff, man, because we accept this type of behavior. This is why these women act like this, because we accept this type of behavior. It was just sad, man. I was like, oh, man, this dude is a straight simp. Straight simp. I would have left her and probably filed charges on her fast. You don't put your hands on me. Because if I choke you up, I'm going to jail with the quickness, with celerity. They're going to slap them handcuffs on me with celerity. That's the problem, man. That's a major problem. Yeah, so my boy Last Crucible, he was talking about fat women being rebellious, and that's a big fact. That's a big fact. Because if you got a fat woman, she is rebellious. Because she doesn't care about her health at all. Not at all. It's almost like, see, she's coming to the relationship saying, okay, well, I could be fat. Fat acceptance. The other women in the world is fat as well. Lizzo, she's fat. Megan Trainor is fat. I can come to the relationship and I can give this man anything. I could come fat. I could come with this baggage of single mothers. Well, I could be a single mother and the man is going to accept it. You see, she's just totally rebellious. Even after she has 10 kids, you need to snap your butt back in shape so you can stay sexually attractive to the man that you're with. I'm not going to let you be torpid and lethargic. Nah, and lazy. But see, due to the laws in the system that's set up like this is why men won't say anything. Because he's afraid that, okay, if I rock the boat, if I try to check my woman, she's going to take the kids and she's going to put me on child support, just destroy my life. It's possible that I might have to pay alimony. So men don't say nothing. We become emasculated. We skinny, 150 pounds, and our woman is 225. She's fat. And it's because the laws are set up like this. This is why, as a man, I'd say it a billion times, never get married, never have kids. That way, that'll keep her in line up until these laws change. If I was to have kids, I would have to go overseas in the country as to where they don't support certain laws like this. Dennis Rodman's dad, I think he had like 20-something kids. No child support. He's overseas somewhere. He good. He living real good. Got him a couple businesses. If I was to have kids, it would be overseas, not in this Babylonian country. Couldn't do it over here. You try to check a woman, you have kids by her, she'll divorce you, throw you on child support fast. She'll be with another man in your house, getting banged out by another man, getting dug out by another man. In your house. Fat women are rebellious. They're saying, okay, I can be lethargic. I can be fat with him. He'd be okay with it. I'm lethargic. I'm totally fine with the way that I look. I'm not going to change for nobody. You're going to accept me for how I am, or we just not going to fool around. A woman like that, she's a concubine. She wants to be rebellious like that. You use her as a concubine. You bang her, and then you let her leave you. Bang her, then let her leave you. Because you'll tell her the right thing, like, hey, sweetie, you're going to have to start going to the gym with me. Or I want you to start running around the neighborhood, or I'm going to get you a treadmill, so we're going to get yourself in shape. You know she's going to become just contentious and argumentative and cantankerous. And she's going to want to leave you. You let her leave you. That's the way to do it. And like he touched on, my boy Last Crucible, he touched on games as well. It's almost like games is equivalent to watching TV. Because like, you're doing nothing. And like I mentioned my uncle in a comment, you got some older guys, they would hate on young men who play games. And it's just, This is just how my uncle is. He's in his late 50s and he hate when his grandkids come down there and try to bring the game to his house. He tries to control the narrative and tell them that they got to turn the game off at 8 o'clock. And I tell him, like, Uncle Tone, what's the problem, man? Like, they do everything you say. Why are you trying to take away their fun? And he say some old school stuff like, well, nobody's going to run me in my house. And I mean, they in the spare bedroom playing the game. And they're not bothering anybody, and they do everything that you say. And this is one reason why his grandkids don't like to come down to his house anymore, because he tries to control the narrative when it comes down to petty stuff like that. They want to play the game. They're young. There's nothing wrong with that, not at all. But and I was like, you could compare playing a game, because it's just being unproductive. You can compare that to, and it's nothing wrong with it as well. There's totally nothing wrong with it. You can compare that to watching TV, because my uncle, he likes to watch Jeopardy. It's stupid, dumb shit. Well, it's not stupid, but it's just like it's whack. It sucks. So you're just as unproductive as your grandson playing a game for 2 hours. You watching Jeopardy for 2 hours. That's just unproductive. It's him playing a game for 2 hours. And I told him that. You know how these old guys are. You got to treat them like single mothers. Just ignore them and leave them alone. In a sense, that's one of the other reasons as to why me and him kind of stopped talking, because he's just an old school guy. He tries to control the narrative when I come around. It's just a lot of bull crap, man. Playing a game is equivalent to watching porn as well. I can do a whole nother video on watching porn. But yeah. Like my man Cruz would say, as long as you paying your bills, you got a roof over your head, you taking what you got to take care of as a man, you staying in shape, going to the gym, who cares? Even if you outside watching the trees blow. So what? You a man, you taking care of your business. These women out here is extremely rebellious. So you have to be cautious when you're fooling around with women out here. You can't have a family in America. You can't. The average lifespan of a relationship is from 2 to 5 years. She gonna leave you anyway. So you have her around as a concubine and you let her go. You catch and release her. I sit back and and this is kind of off topic when it comes down to his video that he dropped. But when it comes down to porn, I was talking to one of my other cousin's friends, and he was saying that well, when I fool around with women, I don't really like to use condoms, because when I use condoms, my penis go limp. And I just I try to tell him, hey, I go through the same thing sometimes, but it's all a mind thing. You'll just have to be calm in that moment, and you just have to be self-aware. Foreplay helps. You have to be calm in that moment, and because he was saying that, well, his penis doesn't like condoms, and I feel the same way. Like, that's how I am too. Like, I like to run in chicks raw, but you have the chance of getting a chick pregnant, so you gotta pull that condom out. He was like, man, as soon as I pull the condom, my penis go limp. And I say, I know, bruh, but you got to. I'm gonna try to tell you to do the right thing. Use the condom, because you can get a chick pregnant out here, man. Then you have bastard children out here, and that's a problem. Single mothers are the problem out here, my man. So you don't want to do that. You can become a problem with just trying to gratify yourself for 10 minutes, and you make a mistake that's going to last a lifetime. Now it's a possibility you have a bastard child out here. These single mothers, they raising criminals. I'd say about 60 to 70% of these young kids that's being raised by single mothers, they're just they're raising more single mothers, or these guys are just going in and out of jail. There is a recidivism rate for women who are single mothers, for children who for bastard kids. That's a problem. So yeah, so I let them know, like, man, use a condom. You gotta use a condom, man. Use a rubber. You gotta learn to utilize that. Big facts. And but yeah, cause like I was thinking, if I was to have a son and he like games, I see nowadays, right? You got, because my little cousin, he's like this too. He plays a lot of games, but then he goes on YouTube and he watch other guys play games. And I used to have a stepson. By the way, I'm not proud of that. I never do that again. I was totally simping. But then again, I didn't know no better. But I had a PS4 for him, and sometimes he used to sit back and go on YouTube and watch other gamers play the game. And these men were getting paid off of just playing the game. Something just as lethargic as that, just playing the game. These guys, like, being a gamer has become lucrative. You can make money from it. If I was to have a son, because like you got a lot of old school guys who look down upon it, but you can actually make money, $50,000 a year, from just being a gamer, doing something that you really, really like to do. Now, how you like that? How do you like that? If you get an old school guy that's 60 years old and you show him a young man that's his job is actually playing games and he's making a living off of it, what will the older guy say about that? This guy's actually making money. He's making more money than you, doing something that he likes to do, doing something that you will look at as being just stupid. But you sit back and you watch movies all day as well. So you watching TV is no better than what he's doing. You see? It's just hate mail. That's all it is. Yeah, and so he touched on friends, and to be honest, guys, I don't have friends either. Like, I don't have no friends. I had one real friend. This was my boy. I'm talking about my friend. This was my boy, JR, the writer of writers. Like, a friend, like, he was the type of guy that we'd be riding in the car and we singing the same rap music together. All the lyrics, Tupac. We going all the way in. Each lyric, man. Every lyric. Mama was a hellraiser. Stress get major. Tupac. All the lyrics, man. Big facts. All the lyrics. He straight balling. That was my boy, but then he actually he relocated to North Carolina. And I still text him up every day. We're on the Marco Polo app. Man, because he used to live with me. And that brother, he's on child support. You see? He actually moved back to North Carolina to try to make things right with his black ex, but you know how black women are. Bad attitudes, rebellious. So, yeah, he had to let her go. He actually moved back in with his mom because he was struggling trying to make it. But yeah, that was my dude though. All love, and it's tough to find a real friend out there. A real friend is a person you could just hang around with, laugh it up with, because like you get a lot of dudes out there, a lot of people out there you get around, and they try to a real friend is not a person that you get around. They're gonna try to ask you for money, or try to use you for a ride, or use you for something like that. I tried to make a friend with somebody up there on the job. Went to the basketball court with him, and then like 2 weeks later, this guy called me. He was from Detroit, some older black cat, and he asked me for $200. And I said, okay, bro. I was like, well, just let me get back to you. And then after that, I blocked his number, never talked to this guy again. I seen him on the job. I was like, what's up, man? I chatted up with him, and we didn't talk about nothing, but he already knew what's up, man. After that, he didn't contact me. Oh, no, well, I didn't block his number. I just didn't hit him back. But after that, he didn't contact me or none of that. See, it's tough to find a real, true, authentic friend out here. Family members that really not on your page. And like, it's a lot of, now that I've come into the realization of this red pill, just even hanging around regular guys, it's just, and you know, like if we talk about sports and let's say just anything, Buffalo Wild Wings, or just about just about anything, some trivial stuff, dogs, small talk and stuff like that, I would always have to get back to the red pill. It would just come out. So yes, I would bring up us as black people being in captivity back in the old days. I would try to talk to a guy about something like that, or just a woman being submissive to a man. I would talk to guys about that, or a guy about that, a guy that I feel, or I would talk to him about the rebellious nature of a black chick. And most of these guys, or I would talk to guys about not getting married, or the pros and cons, well, mainly the cons to get married. And for the most part, we totally disagree. So I look at that guy like he's a simp, man. He just not. This is one guy on the job, this one black guy. He got goals in his mouth, and like he's straight from the hood. And I talked to him about the Most High. We totally disagree. I talked to him about the rebellious nature of the black woman, and we disagree. And he would say stuff like, yeah, like he would talk about the waltz, saying stuff like, oh man, not all black women are like that. And this brother was on child support. I even talked to this brother about child support, and this brother, he almost sounded like he was a proponent of child support. He paid child support for like 15 years, and he was saying that because this brother, like, he in his late 40s, and he was like, man, oh man, child support is really not that bad. And this is a black man. Sound like he was a proponent of child support. So I was just like, nah, we really can't hang out like that. Like, I would see him, and guys just not my cup of tea. Most men out here, it's just, nah. Like my brother said, dudes out here are just not hitting on all cylinders. They're not hitting on all cylinders, man. So I just no. No, just trying to find a real, true, authentic friend, that's just hard. I see myself just, like, oh man, being alone. One of my younger cousins, he's coming up, and I'm teaching him about the red pill, and he's starting to grasp it, because he's starting to grow this callous heart when it comes down to women. And in a sense, that's a good thing. I talked to him about us being in captivity, our black ancestors way back in the day, and he agrees to stuff like that. And when he talks to women, when he talks about women, he would say, like, he used to be with some chick, and he was saying that, man, I don't really care about if a woman leaves me. I don't really get emotional like that. And I kind of look at him, and I kind of nod and shake my head like, that's good. Because you can't get too attached to these women out here. You can't. You got to bang them and let them leave you. That's the way to do it. he brought one of his friends over one other day, and his friend, he was kind of sad because he was with this one fine white chick, and the white chick dumped him. And so they was in my basement playing the game, the PS4, and he was sad and all of this other stuff. And I was just, I let him listen to a Black Ram video about, well, she will leave you, no matter if you Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan was the nicest dude in the world, and his wife still left him. And this young guy, he was still really sad, and it's probably because his dad wasn't there to teach him, about how to be a strong young man emotionally. And he was just constantly talking about the chick and just really emotional about the chick. And yeah, but my younger cousin, he isn't like that. He is the type of dude that'll let a chick go really, really fast. And he doesn't get too attached to women, and that's good. I try to talk to him. I let him know, like, man, I have to give you the accolades when it comes down to women, because you are like, you try to remain emotionless when it comes down to these women out here, especially the typical American black chick. This is how you gotta treat them. This is how you gotta be. And yeah, so oh man, I know this was a long one, but I just had to drop this video. So come on, let's get up, let's go. Come on, let's go. So when I look at stuff like this, I just shake my head, man. I just shake my head. I shake my head. I mean, man, it's crazy, but hey, it's just how it is. So, as men, gotta take caution when it comes down to women out here. We really, really do. But you brothers have a good one. I'm gonna get on out of here. Go, Scooby, go.